Hey guys, Carly, Bunny's Garage. Just gonna take a break from the bucket for a little bit, and just do something else that I've been wanting to do for a while and sort of haven't because, to be honest, can't really be bothered. But we're gonna get into it and make a start on it today. All right. So that's what we're working on. All right. I'll grab some shit. See you shortly. So, like I said, we're going to take a break from the bucket today. Alright, because just kind of over it at the moment. Started doing wiring, and yeah, need parts. Kind of run out of money at the moment, so it's just going to sit there and can just wait until some money comes in and I can carry on. But today we're going to do something that doesn't really cost money. Well, I could do, because I could end up just throwing it away. You know, I think that kind of gives it away slightly. You might know where this video is kind of going. Yeah, we're going to cut the roof off. 4-inch roof top. I think it will give it a bit more of a sinister sort of look. And like, the cab's absolutely fucked anyway. It's like, seriously, it's fucked. You know, all this bracing in here for the floor is like tacked on to fucking crap. I put these ones in just so it sits, so you can sort of mount it on the cab, on the chassis, and try and line everything up. But the cab is that far out, nothing lines up. Like, you can line up the door with the front there, the cowl. You can line up the door with that, get it all pretty good to around here, and then it goes fucking crazy. Alright, there's a big gap here, there's no gap down here. So when they've tacked this bar in here to hold the back to the front, the cab wasn't straight, so it's a mess. So my plan to fix that mess is to make it even bigger mess, and we're going to cut the roof off, drop it 4 inches, and hopefully we can put it back on. You're going to have to cut, I don't know where to cut here, because you take 4 inches out of there, your roof drops, everything moves forward, so you need to cut it and put a strip in to make the roof longer. Alright, so everything still lines up. And I don't know where to cut it. Probably in the front here will be easier, just after that corner there, I guess. Straight down here, straight down here. Because yeah, I can't measure, can't cut straight, so it will be a cut like that. But on this side we have a bit of a problem. Someone's filled the roof full of fucking lead, and it is deep. Like, can't see it on camera, but that's actually a big edge here. You can see that line. I tried grinding it out, and it's just this dent. It's filled with lead. So that's not fun to weld to. I managed to clean it out here, but I don't want to cut back here, because you're cutting into this then. I don't want to have to muck around with curves and shit. I want to come straight through here, straight after that corner, straight down. So I'm going to have to try and clean some of this lead out so that I can weld. Well, because I need all the help I can get, because I can't weld for shit. So it kind of makes me wonder why I'm bothering to cut a roof off a car, you know. But like I said, this thing's fucked. It's never going to be a nice truck. It's been filled with lead, filled with bog. Shit's just been cut out of it, welded back on in the wrong place. You know, the cab's absolutely rooted, so I don't really care. If it becomes garden nut, it becomes garden nut, you know. It's just something to do. Keep you occupied, keep the brain kind of going, which I definitely need at the moment. So yeah, enough blah blah blah. I have measured it, you know, just wrap the tape right around the pillars and that. It's probably not how you meant to do it, you know, but it's how I did it. I just got this. Just got my old ruler, measured out 4 inches. Put a tape around there so it's sort of square-ish, and then measured down off that line to the next thing of tape. Yeah, 4 inches. Same on this. See that? Where's that top and top on this one? See, put one piece of tape around, get it straightish, and then measure out and just keep going around, laying your tape like that. Alright, probably definitely not how you do it, but that's how I'm going to do it. So whether it works out or not is a different story. I have done another truck a few years ago. I did a, the fuck was it, International, and I did the same. I think it was about 4 or 5 inches I took out of that. Managed to get it back on, and a lot better than it was. It was the same thing as this. Someone cut all the floor out of it and braced it, but when they braced it, the back of the cab was like all majorly up to shit. So it's kind of the same deal as this, just a headache. But you can see I'm going to have a hard time welding anything because this thing is fucking rusty, man. Everything's just, you know, it's fucked. It's never going to be legal, it's never going to be a safe, good car or truck, you know. It's just, I don't even know why I'm fucking around with it, to be honest. Except for, I want to. I enjoy it. It's something that's already broken, you know, it's a mess. It's worth nothing, really. So it's something you can sort of have a bit of fun on and just kind of hone in your skills, really. You know, do things that you're kind of not too keen on doing. Cut the roof off. Who cares, you know? If you fuck it, throw it away. Or bodge it up so it looks half decent, you know. But anyway, enough bullshit. The battery's going flat already. Great GoPro batteries. That's shit. So I'll chuck you up here. And you can just sort of sit back and watch the mayhem unfold. How about here? Yeah, there you go. So instead of mucking around, we'll just get straight into it, eh? Grinder, got the old spectacles so I can see what I'm doing. Dirty ass visor that I can't see shit. Here we go. Oh, where's my arrows? Got them there. I'm gonna clean this visor. I can't see a fucking thing. It's great. It's covered in overspray. Awesome. No going back now. Fucking batteries, man. They're useless. Just like that. We've ruined a bloody good truck. No, we haven't. Fucked. That's it, pretty much off. Can't get any further. Still grinder. Let me just find something. I don't know where it is. Piece of it. My God. One tiny little bit. There it is. Oh. there you go. Thanks for watching. I fucked my truck. There we go. See? Easy. These bits in here couldn't quite get the grinder in far enough. Yeah, it's lost a bit of structural integrity. Oh shit. But yeah, basically you cut off at the bottom of this line, top of this line. Whew. Cut the roof in half. Put it back on. Piece of piss. We'll just leave it like that, eh? Convertible. Oh fuck. Gonna have to tape that, because you know I wouldn't want to cut crooked or anything. You know, that would suck. Alright, this battery's going flat, so I'm gonna go make a coffee and think about my life choices. Alright, see you shortly. Alright, back again. Just sitting here contemplating my life choices. I think they're great. What else do you do on hey, when you got a few hours to spare in a shit mood? Cut the roof off. But here it is. I just cut, while this was charging a little bit, I just cut the 4-inch bit that was still attached, cut that off. It's just sitting down here now. As you can see, my cuts aren't that straight. They kind of went a little bit whoopsie over here on that lip, which is easy. I'll just get the flapper wheel out, flap that off flat, so the whole thing will sit down properly. But it's actually going to line up pretty good. Alright, you still get your line down here. That roof can come over a bit more. It's just sitting there for now. Only thing here, I'm just going to cut down here somewhere. Just cut a slice in there. And just tuck this bit of the pillar into it, or maybe cut up here, fold that out just to make that. It's no biggie, I don't care. You won't see it when the doors are shut, but you know, it gives it a pretty cool look. And now it's like, oh, sort of comes up to here on me, you know, which is just past my belly button. So it's nice and low. I probably will never be able to fit in it. But this is what I was talking about before, how you have to cut the roof down here and put a strip in it, because when you lower it, of course, everything comes forward. Alright, so now you've got a gap here, which is easy. You just slice it down here, wherever you want. I'm going to do it probably about here, just after that corner. Come straight down, straight cut, and then you'll just put a piece in so that all this comes back. Alright. Fuck, my cuts are shocking, man. I got real whoopsie around the back there and around these pillars and that. It's the joys of eyesight failing and just rushing and kind of not caring. But you know, it sort of gives you that look, you know. You can sort of see where it's going now. Probably to the tip. Yeah, nice low cab, nice small back window now. See the big ugly thing it had. Alright, but yeah, like I said, I'll just cut down, I'll just come round where this curves around here, come round back onto the straight again, and just snip it off straight through here, straight through all of this. Alright. You know, clean all these up, and then what I did last time, I did this international pickup I had a while ago, a few years ago. It was in the same sort of state as this, just pretty much poked. Probably not quite this bad. But all I did was slice the roof, and then I held up this part from inside the cab with some blocks of wood and bottle jacks and shit like that. Got all this all squared up, look at that. and then I just tack on that corner there, alright, and on this corner, just so that they're the points that you really want lined up. All this other shit you can you know, put a slice in there and just sort of close up the gap a bit to get this line, even though that one's pretty bloody good. So yeah, that's how I do it anyway. Is it right? I have no idea. Do I care? Not at all. But that's how I do it. Alright, and I get the front all tacked on and get that sort of lined up, squared up sort of thing. And just try and keep this line level, because the cab is actually sitting pretty level when it's aired out. So this line here is actually quite straight-ish. And then once that's all tacked on, then I'll do the same thing on the back. Right, I'll start there, right on this fold here in the door. Alright, I'll tack that to there, pull it all back and just hold it there, tack it, and then do the same around the back. Bring these two pieces together and just tack right on this edge here, so you're lined up there. And then all of this I don't even care about. If it lines up, it lines up. The roof did sort of slant that way a little bit, so it might not line up here, but that's kind of easy. You know, you can always just slice in here and just sort of nicely massage that roof out to meet that line, or you can slice it in here and sort of like push that in a little bit. But like I said, I've still got to line up this. Hang on. No, it needs to be away. Still got to line all this up, so what I'll do is I'll cut the frames off the doors and just tack the door to this front cowl. Alright, so it's got it all right lined down there. I'm not too fussed about how everything's lining up. It's, you know, it's fucked. There's nothing left on the bottom of this cab. It's a piece of shit. But I'll get it pretty good so that this body line here is, you know, kind of lines up through the door. Get this sort of in place, and then, you know, work everything else out. I'll just cut these tacks off in here, pull this until it's, you know, lines up with that door nicely. And then when I cut the top of the frame for the door, that's kind of easy, because you don't have to worry too much about getting shit proper. As long as you got the cab sort of all lined up with your door down the bottom, and your cab sort of, you know, squared up a bit, you can pretty much just maneuver this top part of the frame, because you have to cut the frame and add a bit in as well, door frame. You can just sort of line it up and just sort of tack it to the cab if you want, and build it from there. Alright. Fuck if I know, don't listen to me, I don't know what I'm on about. Oh, obviously. Always keep the bits you cut off. Alright, that's a bit from the front pillar in there. Bloop. Always keep them, because you've still got to build your door frame. Alright, and if you look at the frame, see that? You're going to have to cut it somewhere, down here probably, so that this carries on and takes, you know, the shape of the rest of the roof. So you end up having to put a piece in here, and if you look on this bit that I've cut out of that front pillar, alright, you see this flat dips in and rolls around. Alright, you can use this, that will give you that dip there. You can always cut off through here, flatten this piece out, but see, that gives you that exact same lip. You know what I mean? See, so you can use those bits to fill in. And same on the inside. Even though the steel's rusty and that, but you can use, you know, what you've cut out of it to fix, you know, what you've done. And I'll probably get real rough and use this, because it's got a nice roll on it. That's off the back of the cab from around here. Might actually use that. See how it's got a nice curve? You can actually keep moving it around. There you go. Oh, push the roof off. You know what I mean? Or maybe that way might be better. Look at that. It's got the same curve as that roof pretty much. and you're going to need around about this much anyway. So what I'll do is I'll use this to put the strip on that roof. Understand? Comprehendo? You know? And like I said, so far this has cost me no money. Well, I'll lie. It has. I've used 2, nearly 3 cutting discs. So you know, well, a couple of bucks. So, you know, and if you got a welder, you can just tackle that back together and then weld it up, which is going to be fun because this cab is, like I said, rusty. And I can't weld for shit. So trying to get it welded back together is going to be a fucking mission. But end of the day, rat rod, you know, it doesn't have to be good. It just has to be done. So there it is. 4-inch rooftop, done by a dongy that doesn't really know what the fuck he's doing. But it just goes to show that you can do quite a lot with bugger all. Alright? Looks pretty cool. Don't you think? Yeah. Look even better once the door's on and the roof's welded back on. But anyway, that's about all I got to time for today. I only get a couple hours during the day after I drop my daughter off at kindy and then pick her up again. Compressor. So we'll leave this here for now. Alright. I might actually end this video. It's long enough already. Dribbled on. We've done what we set out to do. We cut the roof off. Woohoo! Oh, excuse me, what a pig. So yeah, I think we'll end it here. And next video, we'll have a go at putting this thing back together, right? Fun. So yeah, we'll end this because I'm not in the mood now. Now I got shit to do. So yeah, next video we'll just get this. We'll cut that roof. We'll take this front piece onto those pillars again, screw all them up nicely, tackle that back on. We'll take the back onto the back. Alright. And then we'll look at putting a strip in the roof there. And then we'll tackle those doors. You gotta cut the piece out of the doors so they fit. Alright, so that'll be the next video. We'll just do like small videos on this because I'll probably get sidetracked and won't get back onto this for a while, I don't know, maybe. But anyway, blah blah blah. If you're not subscribed, please do. If you are subscribed, you're awesome, and thanks for coming back and watching strange shit happen in this garage and listen to me dribble on, which I'm still doing. So we'll go. Alright, so if you're not subscribed, please do hit the like button, share, give everyone else a bit of a laugh, and hey, hopefully you learn something. Give shit a go, don't be scared. It's the worst thing that can happen. Alright, till next time, have a good one. See you.